There we go.
Oh, why do I have so much eye space at the top?
Are you saying you have a big ass forehead?
But no. What does NC stand for? Melissa Celine? Yes, it does. Don't. I know what it stands for. Don't. My mom gave me my middle name because because of Celine Dion.
Yeah,
that's her favorite artist.
How do you know your actual middle name?
Yeah. Oh shit! I never did tell you my middle name. I just realized I don't learn something new every day. I'm crying. Yes, that Melissa Celine is my middle name.
I really thought you were making that up.
No.
I was like, oh, she just said Celine Dion. Okay,
I'm crying.
MC is malicious compliance.
Malicious compliance.
Do you hear it when you do that? Like you go silence?
I'm about to swallow it.
Oh, shit.
I already did.
First, it's a rock.
For context, Ciroc is the dog. Oh god. All right. Let's get it together. I think it's covering my boob. Hold on.
We need the view.
Let me stop. Your parents are on here.
We need the views.
We need the views. They don't understand, but they will in time.
No, I love when the videos are chaotic. It gives me a lot of bloopers. I don't like the way motion sickness pills.
Girl, what?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. I have no explanation. Piles. I should probably wear my glasses for these. To prevent and soothe nausea.
Oh. I'm just tired. I'm grown. I have a full-time job and a dog.
Not you explain.
I'm sorry.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm your host, Priya.
It's Melli.
And today's episode is all about malicious compliance. Do you know what that means?
No.
So it basically, I'm gonna put crickets in that. It basically means like someone's telling you to do something, but like it's like a ridiculous request. But then you're like, okay, I'll do it. But like in like you're literally doing what they're asking you to do, but like
in a spiteful way.
Yeah, but like you're still doing what they're saying, but it's like a big
okay. And I know what you. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what
so
you mean.
It's malicious compliance.
Sounds like shit I do.
Oh yeah, these funny. These are pretty kind of funny.
It is.
Right. Let's get into it. Story number 1. All right, this was 4 days ago. And it's from the malicious...
4 days ago? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's fresh. And it's from the malicious compliance subreddit. Want me to take all my stuff and leave? No problem. This was a couple months ago, back in May. I had been living in an apartment with 3 other roommates, so 4 of us total, for about 8 months. We are all women in our 20s. I barely interact with my other roommates at all. Just between our jobs, classes, we never saw each other. We all had our own rooms as well. For some context, on May 5th, my fiance and I planned to move into a new apartment together. So by the evening of the 4th, I had just about all of my belongings packed up. More on that later. Though I barely interacted with my roommates, I felt like we coexisted well and we never fought or argued about anything except for some very minor instances with Vicky and Kara. Those 2 were friends and Vicky was definitely the messiest of the 4 of us living there. Oh. She would leave her clothes in the dryer for days, pile dishes in the sink for more than a week before cleaning them, and often forget food in the fridge until it would rot.
God damn.
And there's 3 other girls.
The inconsideration is wild.
That's wild. She's not living by herself. Damn. Maybe 5 times throughout my time living there, I would get a text in our group chat from Kara saying something like, "Hey, OP, I talked to the others and they said the dishes in the sink aren't there, so please clean them." This was annoying, but it happened infrequently enough it wasn't awful. And I figured Vicky lied to Kara about the messes since it was just easier to throw me under the bus rather than own up to it herself. On the evening of May 4th, so the night before I was planning to move out, Kara sent a very long and scathing text to our group chat. She went on and on about how she is tired of my messes, hates all my stuff strewn about the apartment, and also personally attacked me, calling me disgusting and inconsiderate. Since I was leaving literally the next day, I didn't see any reason to start a fight. So I just said it was her lucky day and I was actually moving out the next morning. She replied, "Whatever you say, just take all your stuff and leave."
I see exactly where this is going and I like it.
Now, the malicious compliance, as I had mentioned earlier, I had packed most of my belongings already, but technically...
Just a quick pause. I will say, though, granted, she's in her, they're in their 20s. This was like a couple days ago or a couple months ago when this happened. So they're still learning. However, that first time when, you know, there were dishes in the sink and whoever sent that message,
she should have said it wasn't hers.
Like, oh, exactly. You should have, from right then and there, you should have been like, this shit isn't mine, especially with the mess around the house, which is like, because that's the reason why she's attacking you. Not saying that it's justified, but that's because she thinks it's you. And because you're not saying anything.
Yeah. And why would you go along with that?
Like, I understand, like, it's like, okay, maybe she said that it happens infrequently. So like maybe like 1 or 2 times here and there, which I understand, but at the same time,
I would get annoyed with that too.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't matter how many times it happens. When are you going to be
if
like,
it's one person consistently?
Yeah. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue.
So now the malicious compliance, as I had mentioned earlier, I had packed most of my belongings already, but technically not everything. The 4 of us all moved into the apartment about the same day, but I moved in a few days earlier than the others. This means I had bought a lot of the communal items myself. I was planning to leave these out of the kindness despite them being worth over $400. Once I got that text from Kara, I decided I would in fact take all of my stuff and leave. These communal items included all trash cans in the whole apartment, $100, the Wi-Fi router, $150, a large metal shelving rack, probably the one that hurt the most, $150. The shelf rack was likely the most devastating loss for them since they had a ton of stuff there. For reference, the kitchen had 10 cupboards and 8 drawers, of which I used 2 cupboards and 1 drawer to store my items. The cupboard I used were also the one above the microwave and the fridge since I am the tallest and wanted to be considerate. All the rest of the cupboard, drawers, and entire metal rack, which has 5 large shelves, were filled to the brim with my roommate's stuff. Essentially, there was absolutely no way they'd be able to fit it in the amount of space I left behind without buying another rack or putting it on the counter and floor. I was careful to keep all their stuff from the rack organized and neat when I removed it, and everything from the rack completely covered the counters, kitchen table, coffee table in the living room. Damn. I moved out peacefully with all my belongings the next day and have been happy in my new apartment with my fiance. A few days after moving out, Vicky texted in the group chat that FYI, the Wi-Fi isn't working anymore. I wonder why.
Okay, Vicky
and
sounds
at that point,
dense.
I left the chat. I'm wondering how long it took Kara to realize that it actually was never me that was making messes in the apartment, but I guess I'll never know.
Damn.
That's true. They're gonna eventually find out when
they're gonna realize like, oh damn, it wasn't her. Which
also,
is
like,
which
Vicky
is good.
and Kara are friends, so like they're one probably talking shit about this girl. Vicky's probably like caking it on more.
Exactly. Even then, so even if she didn't defend herself, it could have easily been they planned this. Like she could have known that it definitely wasn't her.
I don't think it was her. I don't think she knew. I don't think Kara knew. I don't think. I don't know. I don't think she knew. Because then she would like. No, I don't think so. I think Vicky like either convinced her like, oh, it wasn't me. Like it was probably that girl again.
I mean, true, but still, you just never know with people nowadays.
That's true. Maybe they wanted her to move out or something. You never know. Someone said, I got a text about dishes in the sink I'd left. Was like, bro, I've been away for a week. Is Jay leaving shit and blaming me again? So this is like a normal thing going on with... I could never live with roommates.
Which is why I don't want to.
Especially that many.
Yeah, no.
And they're all females.
Even one is more than enough, to be honest. One is way more. One is one too many.
Yeah, no. I'd rather stick it out.
Because I can't.
Happened to a friend. Roommate accused him of leaving his dishes in the sink in the group chat. He takes a picture of the mess in the sink and asks if all of it is his. Got a confirmation from his accuser. He was moving out in 2 days, so it was impossible for those to be his. He replied with an okay, washed the dishes and proceeded to pack them up too. His accuser loses his shit 3 days later. All my friend did was reply with a screenshot of his accuser saying the dishes were his. This is perfection. That's funny. No, I could never. I could never.
But that's literally the only thing. I would have done the same exact thing that she did. Like, oh, you want me to take anything
all
and
my
leave?
stuff? If you say so.
Say less.
No,
and I promise you, it could be something as small as a tampon. I'm taking it.
This is funny.
I don't
she
care.
took the thing that has all of this shit on it.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I commend her.
It took them a while to realize the Wi-Fi was off, though. That's
right.
That would have been the first thing I noticed,
bro.
But
no, but like that. My only thing is that you should have said something earlier instead of like let them continuously.
She shouldn't have taken the blame for it because that definitely is why I got out of hand.
Stop being nice.
Story number 2. This was 1 month ago. And it is, new neighbor didn't like my old fence, so I took it down. About 5 or 6 years ago, I built a fence in my backyard. I talked to my neighbors and we decided on a good place to build the fence. We knew an approximate property line based on some survey pins, but we're both too cheap to pay for a surveyor. We shook hands and I built the fence. It was a great deal for my neighbors. I paid for everything, built the fence, and all they had to do was give me thumbs up when it was done.
Sorry. Pause real quick. People like this, I love. The fact that they're both just like, listen, there's quite literally no need for us to get anyone else. Like, split it down the middle. It's literally fucking grass. Like, you're cool, I'm cool.
I'm glad you say that, actually.
Yeah, so it's like, so when you're like, you know what, just shake it. It's like, okay, say less.
Yeah,
like,
right?
that's literally the same thing I do.
Unproblematic. Unproblematic.
Exactly.
Then, a year later, they sold their house. That meant I got a new neighbor. More specifically, I got Anne.
Anne.
Anne was from a big city. Anne was a realtor. Anne had flipped 8 houses in 12 years. Anne loved this new house and planned on staying for a long time. And Anne had a dog.
I'm fucking crying.
Razzie was a German Shepherd mix that spent most of the day outside while Anne went to work. Razzie was aggressive towards children, animals, insects, and any plants that waved in the breeze. Damn. I thought Sarah was bad.
Fucking crying, right?
Razzie also, as Anne once told me, loved to chew on furniture. That's why Razzie stayed outside so much.
Oh, God.
About 6 months...
Razzie needs training.
Razzie needs to go to boarding.
Razzie needs a new owner.
I know, maybe he's just miserable living with Anne.
That's exactly what it is.
About 6 months after Anne moved in, I saw a surveyor walking around in my neighborhood and he was paying special attention to my backyard. The next day, Anne showed up at my front door with a stack of papers and asked me if I was going to pay her for the 9 inches that my fence was encroaching onto her property. I explained the handshake deal with the last neighbors, but she was not having no part of it. She wanted the fence moved or she wanted money, no discussions. She had spoken to her lawyer friend and was perfectly happy to take me to court over the fence. She told me, I don't know how you guys do it out here in the That's rude. In the sticks, but where I come from, we follow the rules. Ugh, Karen. So I got rid of the fence. The next day, I unscrewed the horizontal rails from the rack, stacked the fence panels up against my garage, and pulled up the fence post with my work fan. About a week later, Anne shows up at my front door again. She wants to know when I'm going to build a new fence. Turns out, without my portion of the fence, she has not been able to let Razzie out unattended for fear that he will run away, attack something, or get hit by a car.
Good.
She also told me she can't keep him in the house all day while she's at work anymore. Her furniture and carpet are all but ruined. I told her, well, Anne, I'm not going to rebuild the fence. I don't want any legal trouble, and the best way to stay out of trouble is to not build near your property.
I fucking cried.
The look on her face was priceless. I thought she was going to cry. She probably did when she got back home.
Uh-huh.
She tried to protest, saying that she really needs the fence back and she would even help pay for the new one. She told me how much she loved the style and aesthetic of the old one. It was just the location that she had a problem with. I stood firm. There would be no new fence. She never got a fence. She made half-hearted attempts to put up some bamboo fencing, but Razzie tore through that stuff like wet newspaper.
I fucking cried.
Eventually, I sold my place and moved away. I took the whole fence panel with me, and I still look at them every day when I let my dog out in the morning.
I'm fucking crying.
Suck it, Anne.
Right? Fuck Anne.
As a surveyor, I can confidently say everyone thinks they know where the property line is.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Because Anne seems to know it on.
9 inches, bitch. Are you serious? That's not even
what
the
are you
length.
gonna do with that?
That's not even the length of a ruler.
Like, what are you gonna do with that?
Freaking ruler. What are you gonna do with that?
Geez, some people
Let's be for real. Let's be fucking for real.
Well, and this is how we take down a fence here in the States. Oh my God. No, she wilding. And the karma that hit her so hard.
That's what she got. She could have left the man alone. She wanted an issue. That's what she gets.
Well,
she wanted it. Bitch, you did not need an extra 9 inches of space in your backyard.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah, it was only a month ago. But like about 5, well, he built the fence 5 or 6. That's a lot of money, by the way.
No, I'm just saying, like
when we did that for our place, that's a lot of money to like put in a new fence.
Mm-hmm.
And like it probably even barely got weathered and everything. That's because 5-6 years not that long. Like
exactly, like that was. Make that man did all that for what?
But he still got it for his new house.
Exactly.
Hey, thank you, Anne. He didn't have to pay a second pair of defense.
Love that for him. That's what she get.
Some people are ridiculous. Story number 3.
Oh.
This was 1 year ago, and this one is actually my favorite one. It's really funny.
Oh, God.
So, I don't think your kid will like my candy, lady, but whatever. Since there's only a week left of summer, I decided to take the kids to the local amusement park/water park today. As I've gotten older, the rides have gotten a little more tough on me. In addition, my daughter tends to get motion sickness rather easily.
Aww.
I don't like the way motion sickness pills make me feel. So I always have a Ziploc baggie full of ginger candy along to prevent and soothe nausea. Today, I had chewy mango ginger candies, hard plain ginger candies, and hard lemon ginger candies.
Ooh.
For those who've never had ginger candy, it's spicy. The lemon ginger is probably the mildest. The plain ginger is just plain hot. The mango ginger are sweet and spicy, but they also stick to your teeth like crazy. They're definitely an acquired taste.
Ugh. That sounds so disgusting.
Ginger candy is gross.
Right?
As we are standing in line for the log ride, I pull out my baggie. I choose a lemon one, and so does my son, 13.
Aww.
My daughter, 12, asks for a mango one. While I'm fishing a mango one out, I hear the kid in front of us tell his mom that he, around 7-ish, wants some candy. His mom distractedly says she doesn't have any candy. The boy says, but she does.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
He turns to me and asks for one. I tell him I don't really think he'd like my candy. By this time, his mom is focused in on the interaction. As the kid starts to whine that, of course, he'd like my candy, his mom just huffs and says, you've got a whole baggie. Can't you just give him one? Come on, don't be greedy. Oh, you just said the magic word, lady. I said, all right, and dig out a lemon one. I'm not completely heartless.
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought he was gonna give him the plain ginger one because that's what I damn. God forgive me in advance.
Then that's when the kid whines that he wants a mango one. Mango is his favorite. I tell him the lemon is better, and he insists on mango. I tell him it's kind of sticky as I hand it over. The kid rips it open, shoves it in his mouth, gets in 3 quick chews while my kids are staring at him.
Oh, no.
Then he actually starts to taste it, and the look of horror comes across his face. He screams and tries to spit it out. He's jumping around and flapping his arms. His mom is panicking and asking what's wrong. He's screaming that it's bad and it's hot and he wants it out. His mom tells him to spit it out. That's when I pipe up with the very helpful, it's really sticky. What's left is probably stuck in his teeth. He'll have to wait for it to melt off if he doesn't want to chew.
Oh, God.
The mom looks at me in disbelief and a shrug. Then she asks what in the hell I gave her son. Probably should have asked me that a lot sooner, lady. I answered, ginger candy. It's good for nausea. I'm pretty sure I'd be dead if looks could really kill. We got to move up 2 spaces in our line though because she whisked her kid off to a water fountain. I'd like to think that the kid will think twice before demanding things from strangers. Plus, it was entertaining. Overall, the kids and I counted it as a win.
Facts. The only thing I will say is that, granted, yes, she's like, her actions are justified. Like, I'm like, that's not my child. I'm not obligated to share with you. Like, what the fuck? Why would you even tell me to give your kid candy? The fuck?
Don't be greedy with her own stuff.
Exactly. However, you could have been like, ma'am, this is nausea. Like, this is for nausea. You know what I mean? Like, this because like she said, oh, I don't think your kid will like my candy.
I would have just said no.
Fair enough. Like, not that you need to explain yourself to anyone, but also just out of like I can't give it. Like, I'm not gonna give it to him. Like, this is ginger candy for nausea or whatever.
And she didn't even ask like what kind of candy do you have to make sure her son was like, you know.
She should have. You're right. Like, but still, she could have warned her. God,
she was trying to give her the mildest one. She's not heartless. But man, that kid. Someone said it's amazing that some parents can be so entitled that they expect complete strangers to placid their kids. On the plus side, I bet that kid won't be accepting candy from strangers again.
Facts.
Also heard this story elsewhere. Also heard a story about a kid whose classmate kept stealing candy out of his backpack, so he wrapped up one with X-Lax. The kid had to leave class with the pants load. Haha. That's what you get for demanding that other people not be greedy with their own stuff. I hope the kid learned a valuable lesson about entitlement mentality. Exactly. That's what made me mad. She was like, don't be greedy. That's my stuff. Don't
you dare.
What do you mean?
Like, the fuck? That's a stranger. You need to learn how to tell your fucking kid no. Like, no, I don't have any candy right now, and that's a stranger. You can't get candy from them.
Well, she's probably the reason why the kids even like that in the first place.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, he's expecting her to like comply because like he's probably gotten his way.
Ciao.
Boy. Wild. Story number 4. This was 9 months ago. You want proof that my fiance is sick? You got it. Oh, Lord. I, 25 female, am engaged to my fiance, Joey, 26 male. He recently had surgery on his leg and hip, but there were complications. And he has been sick and weak since. We try not to ask for help, but this has put a big financial strain on us, to the point where we've spent our wedding savings for his recovery.
Aww.
That is sad. We are fine with this because if we need to have a courthouse wedding, we're cool with it. We just want him to be healthy. We did set up a temporary donation page to help with some of the expenses. A friend of mine, Carla, 25 female, donated $10 about a month ago, and I reached out to thank her. Last week, we posted an update, not asking for more money, but just to let people know that Joey has had another setback and the doctors are creating an all-new treatment plan for him. Carla commented publicly and said the following: I'm beginning to question if he has actually been sick this long or if y'all are just trying to get more money for your wedding. Who takes this long to recover from surgery, especially when you're an athlete? Carla ain't my friend no more.
For someone who only gave me $10 fucking dollars towards medical, bills, you got a big fucking mouth. $10, and you're talking like that.
She's wild.
Okay.
I said, I am very offended and appalled that you would accuse us of faking anything. Maybe you're just having a bad day or a moment of bad judgment, but how shamefully low of you.
Yeah.
She replied, I want my donation. She want her $10 back. I want my donation back unless you can show proof that he's sick, in a hospital, or sitting in a doctor's office, anything. I sent her $10 to get her off our backs, but I also sent her a video with Joey's approval for the proof that she asked for. One of the concerns Joey has had is that he will get severely nauseous if he eats protein, which is what he's supposed to be doing. And when he overexerts himself, which he does sometimes, I sent her a video of him dry heaving into an emesis bag in the middle of PT. Now, one of his doctor asked that I record his PT so they can see the progression of him not feeling well to hopefully make some adjustments. So I didn't take this video just to send to Carla. But to me, it seemed like solid proof since she's asking for it. She said, "What the hell? I have emetophobia." I didn't know this. And this...
No one gives a shit.
And this just triggered me so bad. I hope you're happy with yourselves. I feel like I've been traumatized. I said, "So now you have $10 more to process this trauma in therapy."
Fucking crying. Fact. Since you wanted your $10 back so badly.
What the hell?
That is so...
She has so much audacity for $10.
If I donate $10 and a month later the person's like, "Oh, I'm sick," like even if they are asking for more money, like obviously they're not asking me personally, but if I donated $10 and then like a month later I find out that they were faking it,
it's $10.
It's $10 fucking dollars.
$10.
It's not like I gave you $100 or $1,000 or anything like that. It's $10.
She couldn't even do like 20.
Like, exactly.
Like $10?
It's $10.
I mean, every little bit counts, but like,
I mean, yes, it does. And like, yes, it would be the principle of it. Like, okay, the person lied about being sick, but like, that's not even the point. Bitch, you're going to publicly come at me over $10. That's what I'm like trying to figure out.
Did she say how much she like when she publicly? No, she didn't publicly say how much I would have commented back, "You only donated $10, but okay, I'll send it back to you."
I would have
outed her how much she
screenshot. I would have screenshotted the conversation and posted it on Facebook.
Someone said, "Oh, you have emetophobia? Where's your proof? Either a written diagnosis or a testimonial from your primary care provider will be enough. Otherwise, you're just doing this for attention and sympathy."
Exactly.
That's funny. Yo, the audacity with this girl.
If it's one thing people have, it's fucking audacity.
Someone said, "I wouldn't call Carla a friend. If Carla is a standard friend, sounds like you have some shit friends.
Facts.
I hope your fiancé recovery goes well and you both have a happy life."
I know the comment after that.
What do you mean? She lent him $10 without any interest. I would call her Karen from now on. That's exactly what I thought when I read this. When it was Carla or some shit, I would have said Karen. Carla.
$10.
10 motherfucking dollars.
10.
Are you kidding
dollars.
me? Well, she showed her true colors, so like now, well,
at least right now you know. Cut that bitch off.
Now you know. Wow, people really show their true colors for the most.
It's ego, pride. Damn. People just want to feel like they're top dog, and it's like you will never be.
Their most vulnerable like place too. That's all right. Whatever.
It's just a pride thing. It's just an ego thing. People want to feel like they're big and bad. That's
Carla
all.
can go suck it. Anyways, that's all we have for this episode. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, all the things. Bye.
Bye.